Alright, so they mulligan to 6. I'm going to go ahead and keep.
And Sunday, East takes on West in the NBA All-Star Game presented by Kia. Click on the banner to listen to the sounds of New Orleans on the NBA on TNT All-Star playlist. NBA All-Star 2017 begins this weekend at 9 on TNT.
Okay, so they keep at 6. Looks like they put a card on top. So they're going to get Taxium Probe. I'm going to mental misstep that. So especially on a mulligan, they could be cycling towards another land here. So can't stop that other one. Hey, thanks for stopping by, TuxDev. It's always great to talk to you when you're on the stream. So you have a good night. Yeah, sorry about the end there with my Twitch dashboard freezing. I think I maybe missed some of that conversation. Alright, so they're down to 4 cards. But they're going to be able to preordain. I think if I was on the play and I'd Curse Catcher out, with how few cards they have in their hand, that's something I might have Curse Catchered. Maybe not. Maybe not with Master. So I'm going to lead out with the Cavern of Souls to cast this Curse Catcher, just in case they have another mental misstep. I think if they have a Wasteland, they're just kind of putting themselves behind on mana at this point. And it looks like it probably wouldn't have mattered anyway with that Strip Mine. So we'll start swinging in here. They're already down to 14. Paid for a Mental Misstep, Taxium Probe, they had that Flooded Strand. So unfortunately they did have another land, and it looks like a Mox Ruby, and maybe we'll see a Mentor here. Jace isn't so bad. Not if we can resolve this Master and just kind of start racing. I could go Null Rod, but I think the right call is just to try to start racing. So they're not going to be able to block because we have Island Walk. They might be able to Swords here. So I'm going to Curse Catcher that. They are going to be able to flip Jace and Swords this turn as well, which is kind of a bummer because now we just have 2 Phantasmal Images in hand. So we're going to need to find something something else to play. Yeah, so we could maybe be in a bad spot now. We need to draw into some gas. We have plenty of land. We've got the Cavern. I think I'll take this opportunity just to cast Null Rod. So something like a True Name Nemesis would be really great here. Could cast True Name Nemesis and then likely one of these images would resolve. Master's pretty good too. So we'll just try to copy this right now. See if they have another swords. Doesn't look like it. I feel like they would have cast it that turn. Unfortunately, with this Jace, they're going to be able to target and destroy the phantasmal image. Yeah, so there's Mentor. And we're just kind of drawing into land now. So this is looking pretty bad. I think we need to hold off just on the off chance that we draw a phantasmal or a true name nemesis. So I think I'm actually going to attack Jace. If they're willing to trade with this Mentor, we're fine. If they have a free spell, then I think we're kind of going to be boned anyway. But this will hopefully keep them off of being able to cast anything out of their graveyard, like a Preordain. Yeah, so unfortunately Mentor is one of our worst matchups. There's just not really much that I can do about it in blue beyond just try to limit their mana and bring in some dismembers out of the sideboard. So this match is looking like we probably lost it. Maybe a true name nemesis here saves us. So I think we just kind of have to play these out. So we're gonna keep attacking Jace. Again, just try to keep him off that Preordain or Gataxian Probe. But unfortunately, he's going to Jace that Master. And then let's see if he finds a way to get rid of these Lords. If not, then we can get rid of Jace. So there's Gush. Two mana floating, one volcanic island, swords, plowshares. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and concede here. So we'll bring in some dismembers. So I'm going to get rid of the null rods. I feel like they're kind of the weakest in this matchup. Sometimes they're good, but sometimes they're just really bad. Kind of wonder if I want to make room for this Ghost Quarter. If I recall, they only run a single basic. Not really sure what I would want to cut for it, though. I don't think there's really any good candidates. It'd probably have to be like an island, and I don't think that's right. So we'll just go ahead and go with the dismembers. But like I said, Mentor is a really tough matchup. It's actually maybe our worst matchup other than Dredge. And Dredge isn't so bad if we're packing enough sideboard cards. Whereas Mentor just doesn't really improve a whole lot. It's definitely not unwinnable if you can keep them off Gush with Wastelands. We do have some counter spells. You can dismember their Mentor. But what they typically do is just bury you in card advantage. Merfolk doesn't have a whole lot of draw. Beyond, the one Ancestral Recall and then the Silvergill Adepts. And so what Mentor can do is just kind of gush you and Jace, and just the longer the game draws out, the worse your chances become. Hey, Mind on Air, thanks for stopping by the stream. Yeah, I don't actually stream very often. This is probably my first stream in like a month or two. Most of the time I just try to record the videos just because that's how my schedule works out. But was able to do a daily tonight. Hopefully get the opportunity to do that a little bit more often. So we'll be on the play. So we have a turn 1 Silvergill Adept. Turn 2 True Name Nemesis. This almost makes me want to lead out with Curse Catcher to try to protect a True Name. So I'm definitely going to keep this. So they mulligan down to 6 again. So I am actually going to I could lead out with Silvergill Adept. Maybe it draws a counter, and then I'm able to play my True Name Nemesis. It could also draw me into a Black Lotus, and I could play True Name. Gets me a little bit closer to Cavern of Souls, perhaps. Or I could play Curse Catcher, and maybe they can't force my True Name, but they might just go land go. So I think I'm going to go Silvergill Adept. And I'll reveal this Curse Catcher. So we'll see if they want to force it. They don't. And we got a Master. So another Lord can be good. Yeah, so here in this case, if we had gone Curse Catcher, it wouldn't really have mattered because they have the mana to pay for the True Name. I'm tempted to strip mine here and play Silvergill Adept. Or I could just cast a True Name Nemesis into 6 cards. It probably gets countered. I think the fact that we can cast another Merfolk is good for us. So they might have Pyroblast, in which case I'll move on to combat and see if they destroy the Silvergill Adept. Yeah, so we would have run this True Name into this Pyroblast. So it's good that we that we waited. So there's another True Nemesis. So now we're really just one land away, and we can try to start casting these. It was really good getting that volcanic island, and now it looks like there may be mana screwed. Hey, Bill, Bly. So I'm actually a chemist. Okay, so that's perfect. So go ahead and cast this True Name. Yeah, so I'm an analytical chemist. Got my degree from Western Michigan University. I work for a contract research organization. So with no land on their side, and the fact that we've been able to land a True Name, I'm feeling pretty good about this matchup right now, especially if we're able to get the second True Name out next turn. So they'll probably get rid of this. I mean, it's really kind of a win-win for us. If they get rid of this Cavern of Souls, then they're still off of mana. So, yeah, I mean, they really can't afford as much as they'd probably like to. So I'll run out Curse Catcher. So they were able to mental misstep that. Did have to spend life to do it. And then we've got double Lord next turn. So next turn, if both of those resolve, we're looking at 14 damage, which will be lethal.
Hiring is the most challenging part of my job.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. One click and my job is posted.
So this match is looking, or this game's looking pretty good. We are going to be on the draw again next game.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we
Black
got. How
Lotus.
we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter.
And the Preordain.
Is just one click away from 200 plus job sites. And
There's not too much they can do to hurt us with just blue mana floating.
banner now or go to ZipRecruiter.com/Spotify. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Spotify.
Yeah, so even drawing some cards, playing Time Walk. I just don't see them being able to do too much. Yeah, now they have no colored mana. We're going to be able to resolve a Lord. And that'll be 4/8. So that's going to be lethal right there. And honestly, I'm just going to hold on to this other Lord. Just that Force of Will. Just because we were in such a good spot, there's no point in, you know, overextending. Because anything they would do to take away lethal from our board state, we could have just Force of Willed anyway. Yeah, so I'm just going to run this back. So we'll be on the draw again. And this is not a great hand. I mean, it does have Cavern. It has Wasteland. I mean, we'll be able to cast Lord. So, like, in the next 3 turns, are we going to draw into enough action to make this hand good? Maybe. If we mulligan, what would we be looking for? I actually think... So this might be totally wrong, but I actually think I'm going to keep this. So I might be able to mental misstep them off of like a Preordain or an Ancestral Recall. and then Wasteland. And hopefully this mana denial strategy pays off. And now actually we are drawing into a little bit more action. And so if this sets them back far enough, then maybe we can get a board going before they're able to like land a Mentor and start gushing us to death. Yeah, so actually this is turning out pretty well. So we're actually kind of fine with that strip mine there because we have plenty of land, and if it sets them behind, yeah, so they're missing their land drops, and we're gonna now we are just kind of loaded up with land in Merfolk. So this is looking pretty good if they don't draw into anything. And now even if they have a handful of Force of Wills, Cavern of Souls make sure that our Merfolk are going to resolve. So next turn I'll probably go GTA, I think. See if they swords here. Or if, yeah, yep. But they're not digging towards more land, and so that's maybe not too bad for us. And now this turn we can actually get, I think... I'm tempted to actually, instead of True Name, to go Curse Catcher Lord. And Curse Catcher I can, if they try to like Ponder or Preordain or Brainstorm or anything like that to kind of get out of their mana situation, it's just like one more way. You know, if they have like Ancestral Recall. And it actually doesn't change how much power I put on the board. So this is going to let them draw another card. But if they have like Ancestral Recall, I'd rather use Curse Catcher to grab that. So I think I say okay. And now if we draw another land, we can actually go double Lord. If we don't, maybe we try to land the True Name. So I think I'm okay with that resolving. Again, I'd like to use this Curse Catcher to kind of keep them from getting out of their land situation. So now I am going to play True Name. And then hopefully we'll draw a land into a double Lord. And so with this Mental Misstep and the Curse Catcher, I think we're in a good spot. Yeah, now we have the Force of Will. So we'll start running these Lords out. So I think if they had swords, they probably would have tried to nab the Lord there. So we'll go ahead and Mental Misstep. And now we've got 8 power, have the Master. If we don't have the blue card, we've probably just got him locked out for lethal. Yeah, so they just said good game. Makes me think that, and the way they were saying like high and good luck and stuff makes me think that they're probably not the type that would kind of fake that. So I think it's pretty safe to play this Lord, because if they try to do anything, we can Curse Catcher. And playing the Lord puts the same amount of power on the board. It's still going to be 8, even if we lose the Curse Catcher. Well, sweet. So we started out 2-0. We beat Mentor, which is generally a pretty bad matchup. So feeling pretty good right now.